What's up?
So,
Hi, I'm Glenn Allen.
I'm Aaron.
Salad times. 7 times.
Hey guys, how's it going? Ready to level up? Glenn, tell him.
He's playing Flappy Bird.
Tell him what we're going to talk about today.
Okay, fine, let's get up and do this. Welcome, YouTube. I'm Glenn Allen.
I'm Aaron Salentine.
And today we're going to talk about the effortless magic of tidying up your friend groups. That sounds stupid.
Yeah, that does sound dumb.
Thanks.
I'll agree with you on that.
The life-changing magic of tidying up your social circle. The effortless magic of card tricks.
Tidying up your social life. Tidying up
washing
your
your friend's
social
hair.
circle.
Tidying up your nether regions. We couldn't decide what to call this one. What are we going to talk about today?
Well, we got basically 3 main tips. The first one is being intentional with your relationships. There are certain relationships that I have in my life that have certain purposes. There are certain people that I connect with because they are confidants. They're people that I can trust with my information, my life, but I can also trust them in the feedback they give me. I've seen people who have like close friends, but the feedback they give them is always so negative or terrible, or maybe based on their own life, they don't make good choices.
Yeah.
Are those really the people that you want to be looking to get advice? So there are certain people where, they're a confidant. Other people, they're people that I just have a good time with, right? Maybe we have similar likes or hobbies or going out for the night. We're going to have a good time. But I don't look for them so much for substance or, again, as someone who I am going to either pour into or have pour into me. And then the other type is a mentor, somebody that you look up to, that you respect, that you want to get their advice on. And then there might be people that you are mentoring to, someone in your life that you are trying to fill, so that when you meet with them, your goal isn't so much what can this person do for me, it's more what can I do for them.
There's a fourth type, which is, people who have, like cool cars you can borrow, or you go over to their house.
A guy with a truck.
Play Nintendo.
Fifth one is a guy with a truck who's going to help you move, or a woman with a truck, or a kid who stole a truck. He's like 5 years old.
Likes to do hood rat things with his friends. And why are you hanging out with 5-year-olds?
Yeah, with a truck.
I have a friend who I just talked to. We don't even have the same values in certain places, and really core values, but we're really good friends. We've been friends for a really long time, and I still really trust this person. And I trust this person to give me actually really different feedback than most people who think like me would. So it's actually very helpful. I don't always follow her advice and vice versa, but it's really good to just have another voice, another opinion. So she's a really great soundboard for me. And the benefit that goes with that relationship is that we both
make out.
Yeah, that's not true. We'll really call each other out on certain things because there's just an element of trust, and be really honest and frank with each other.
Second one is being able to remove unhealthy or toxic relationships in your life.
Yeah, a lot of times we have a certain type of person that we have the opportunity to really help or maybe give advice. And what can happen is some people will actually, you keep pouring into them and they will not take your advice and they'll just plateau. And that's really tough, knowing when do you sever ties, or when do you kind of back yourself away from it, because it's actually starting to drain your energy, and you're not helping them, you're actually just enabling them.
Yeah, I mean, in the end of the day, we can only have so many relationships, and we can only invest in so many of those in each day and week. And so I think it's important to find opportunities to invest in others who need help. But you're absolutely right. At a certain point, you have to wonder, at some point, if they're not listening, or if maybe they're leaning in too much and wanting too much of your time, you really have to be able to set boundaries. Right? So with certain people maybe who do want all your time, and they're texting you, they're calling you constantly, sometimes you have to be upfront and let them know what your boundaries are for your time. So this idea of Marie Kondo and the life-changing magic of tidying up. And there's some part of it where, certain relationships, especially ones that you're really pouring into, they should be able to spark some joy, right? And if there's constantly blow-ups or fighting or negativity that's happening on a constant basis, I mean, obviously, start with yourself and see, what are you bringing to the table? What can you do to bring about reconciliation? But other times, when you've tried to fix that relationship and it just seems to be unfixable, you do need to come to a point where you make that decision to say, I just have to let go of this relationship.
Sometimes there's periods of time in which you need to part ways with really good friends just because they're stopping you from growing and moving forward in your goals. You know, you have to be careful with that, because as you're starting on your journey to going after your dreams, following these different habits of success, not everybody is going to be encouraging of that, and some people really will want to throw shade at you for it. You know, people like that may not be the best for you. They may limit you and hold you back. But what's great is sometimes when you do pull away for a little while, some time may pass. It could be months, it could be years, and you come back together. I found that a lot of relationships where it's incredible the kind of growth I've gone through, and I've been able to approach the relationship in a different way with new sets of skills and tools, and also to see that they've also grown, which is really helpful. And so sometimes removing yourself actually helps both of you to have the space to grow.
I think it's an important thing. You know, you're not removing yourself permanently. You know, life ebbs and flows, and a lot of things kind of go up and down, but I think it's just maybe looking at it as you're removing yourself for a season. Maybe it's, you know, to end that relationship for good, but maybe it's just to give yourself some time to come back together in the future in a way that's more positive and that ends that negative pattern.
The third thing is leveling up your squad. And what I mean by that is once you've weeded out some people in your life that maybe aren't serving you anymore or are holding you back, you're going to have some room and some time for people who maybe are going to push you forward, who are going to make you just aspire to do more. And so one way that you can do that is start joining clubs, start joining networking events and things like that. Look for places to go where there's the type of people that you want to be, or that, you know, really are going to also have similar values. And this is true of dating. You know, if you're looking for, you know, Mr. or Mrs. Right, find some places where the type of person that you would like to be with is actually hanging out. What are they into? What are they doing? Where are they going? Go there, join those things.
Go to their house. They're probably there. What kind of house would the person I want to be with be in? And then be in that house.
Look inside their window. What I would do is I would sleep underneath their bed. Dress like them. But really what you need to do is you got to sharpen your skills of conversation. You've got to learn how to ask questions, and don't do what I used to do, which was the self-centered thing of just monopolizing the conversation, and they ask you questions and you think, oh, this person's so interested in me. Well, no, dummy. You need to actually go back and forth, asking them questions and saying things like, oh, that's really interesting. Tell me more. If you get stuck, tell me more about it is always a good question to ask.
You know, one thing that I have learned a little bit is at times there were certain social groups I wanted to be a part of, but I kind of had that idea that I was maybe not up to par, that I wasn't leveled up myself to be in that group. That whole idea of
Imposter syndrome.
Imposter syndrome, right? Absolutely. It's about, you know, finding the people that have the same values that you do, finding the people who are going after the same things, and if that's the case, I promise you, you belong. You don't have to be smarter. You don't have to be more successful. It's the values, it's the things you're going after that can bring you together.
And then take note of what they're wearing and wear the same thing.
Every day. So to tie everything up, I want to give you a little bit of an activity to do. It may seem a little childish to write people's names in a notebook, but I want you to really do that. I want you to list out people in your social circle, and you can begin to assign them those categories. Who is someone I am mentoring? Who's a mentee? Who's a confidant? Things like that. You also might need to be able to identify the people in your life who are, again, unhealthy, bringing you down, keeping you away from what you're going after. And then the idea is, you know, with that space, maybe write out a few places where you can go to build those new networks and level up your squad.
All right, do us a favor and hit the like and the subscribe button. We're gonna be doing a video like this every week, so stay tuned, and thanks for watching.
Closer. Did you move the... Oh. You want to introduce this time?
Let's get some energy. What is this called?